Hello, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. I am so sorry that this is coming so late. I'm doing your energy check, tarot reading for the first 2 weeks of April for Gemini. Setup is different because I'm in bed, doing it from the comfort of my own bed. Yay. Okay, Gemini. What are the first 2 weeks like for you? Just channeling the message and guidance that I should be giving Geminis right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, Gemini, I see you rejecting something that's being offered to you. Whether this is good or bad is your judgment call, and you are making a judgment. But I'm thinking that whatever this judgment call is, this could be holding out for higher standards, or it could be really what it looks like refusing something positive being offered to you. And because it's crossed by this cup card, I'm thinking that your judgment might be a little bit hazy regarding whatever this is that's being offered to you, or like determining your standards and what you think is good or decent being offered to you. I see you being sort of fuzzy thinking. You see all these cups and wondering, oh, they all look really great. But this card right here, Gemini, is how you got into the situation. And how you got into the situation is through negative feelings of feeling abandoned or left out or disadvantaged or victimized in some way. And it's creating some difficulties for you, and it's absolutely part of what's clouding your judgment. Okay? So keep that in mind. In your recent past, more negative feelings, more feeling like you've been betrayed or stabbed in the back or left out or, turned against, just more negative, sad feelings in your recent past. And this influence is something that's fading away, most recently fading away, or something that you're still even feeling, okay? This card is what's coming up, your most immediate future. So like tomorrow, today, this weekend. I see you making a judgment on all of this pain that you're feeling and these negative feelings that you're feeling one way or another, okay? Gemini, the future environment, the outcome of this judgment card in the future leads to you feeling more of the same, unfortunately. I think your judgment is being compromised and clouded because of this cup card. But the good thing is that she's bound and blind, but she's not really bound to these swords. Her shoes are still on and she can leave whenever she wants. So that's telling me, Gemini, that your restriction is self-imposed and your feelings are very, very subjective. Like, it's not necessarily true that you may be feeling this way that's completely 100% justified, because I see these cards up here. This is a self-imposed bondage, more or less, okay, Gemini? The fact that there's something being offered to you that you're not taking is telling me a lot, as is this cloudy judgment, indecision sort of card covering it. So this is you right now, Gemini, Queen of Cups. So mothers, motherly energy, a parent, someone looking into their chalice that's covered and trying to discern the future and trying to use their intuition and trying to take charge and trying to lead their household and lead their life and make these decisions and do this thing. And mm, mm, because of this Hermit card, I feel like you have to go within, Gemini. I feel like you have to go deep within yourself and figure it out and figure out what the answers are and what you really think and what you really feel. And I see the connection between these two cards, so I'm hoping that you're able to do that. Hoping that you're getting the chance to do that. Let's keep looking. How other people see you. Gemini, other people see you as a bit of a spy, gathering information, definitely collecting intel, and maybe checking up on social media, using technology, someone using their words, because the sword cards are all words. So I see you being hurt by words in the future, in the far future, and in the recent, very recent past. These words are hurting you and causing you to feel these negative feelings. So they see you, people see you using words as your primary, maybe not weapon, maybe just a tool, okay? Your hope or your fear is that this is too great of a burden for you to bear and that you will not be able to handle it, whatever this is pertaining to, whether this is family, friends, spouse, work, life, whatever is going on with this decision, with a cloudy judgment, rejection of something, standards, words hurting you, feeling betrayed, feeling left out, whatever area this all has to do with, you fear that it's going to be too much and that your back will break. Okay, Gemini, that anxiety is working on you. Now, your end result, because your future card is this card, I feel like you're going to be a slave over the next 2 weeks to these bad feelings. I'm sorry, Gemini. I wish I had a better way to pull the very best out of these cards, but it's very clear. The cards are very clear in telling me to tell you this, is that the best that we can hope for is that you take this reading as the guidance that it's meant to be, and that instead of you being a slave to the devil, like these people, that you're the one using the devil energy to control these feelings, and that you control these feelings and put them down so that you can move forward and so you can be more of this card. I think you want to try to be this way. Maybe you even think that you're being the righteous Queen of Cups, but your judgment, I'm sorry, is just off. Your thinking is just fuzzy, and it might even be influenced. You might even be being controlled by these negative thoughts and this cloudy judgment. This could also be addiction, it could be lust, it could be hedonism, but it's something that this is usually more so about control and being a slave to something, like a slave to addiction, a substance abuse problem, alcoholism. But in this case, Gemini, I think it's more the fear of being a slave to these feelings of, sadness, abandonment, bondage. But these are all self-imposed feelings. So this is something that you can break out of. But the next 2 weeks are going to be, you're going to be thinking that you're making these decisions based on accurate intel, but the answer, Gemini, will be to take more time alone and find the answers within and listen to your intuition. Bring this to light. Bring more of this into your life. The queen that's really being responsible with her intuition and gathering information and really doing what's best for herself and her family. So you might think that you are right now. And what I would ask you to do is to evaluate the ethical choices that you think that you're making and to use some more logic in order to cut through some of this cloudy judgment. Take some time alone to ask yourself qualifying questions to see if you can really explain and defend the decisions that you're making. But I think that's the best that we can get out of this situation and this reading so that maybe you can actually change the outcome of these cards, so that you're not a slave to negative thinking or false thinking or, anything like that. Because if you can explain and defend without justifying obstacles to your ethical decision making process, you'll be so much more better off and you'll have much more peace of mind. Because what people do is try to rationalize their poor decision making, and I can see you maybe doing this in the future over the next week or so. So make sure to be asking yourself, you know, get as much information as you can, which is how other people see you. Ask yourself, what's at stake, who stands to benefit, who is this decision affecting, who's, everyone who's involved in this decision that I'm making right now, because you're going to make a decision, a judgment call. Ask yourself, what are the obstacles? What are the consequences to me making this decision? Who's going to be affected by these consequences? And then lastly, prioritize your values. This is not the card of like high values. If I were to go off of this, I would say your values are very selfish, very self-serving. So I would really take a look and comb through, some logical decision-making process for yourself. And Gemini, that'll make you feel a lot better about whatever judgment calls that you're going to be making. So I hope this helps. I feel like you're going to do what you're going to do as far as the way this reading looks, but there might be a Gemini out there that's listening and saying, I think I am going to take a step back and really ask myself if I can really explain and defend these decisions that I'm making so that it's not based off of fear and pain and hurt and selfishness and, because there's going to be Geminis that are basing their decisions off of the lower energies. And there's going to be Geminis pausing, watching this video, and saying, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And really reevaluate. And if you have any questions, just comment or let me know, Gemini, and I'm more than happy to help out, okay? Because that's what this is for helping. So I hope this helps someone somewhere. Okay, thanks for watching, Gemini. We'll do another energy check in the middle of April to see how we're doing so far, okay? Take care. Thanks for watching.